Welcome to our Got Bag Roll Top review. This video will show you everything you need to know so you can know whether or not this bag is the one for you. And if it's not, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the review because I'll give you some alternative recommendations that better suit your needs. All right, let's kick off with the gist of the Got Bag Roll Top backpack. Because this is a very interesting bag that I think is for a very specific type of person. Because if you don't know, Got Bag is easily one of the most eco-friendly brands in the world. But their supply chain is sort of global, and they do this really cool thing where they have literally employed fishermen and people with boats in Java, Indonesia. They collect trash in the ocean from Indonesia. They take that trash to their factories, manufacture it into actual materials, and then make freaking backpacks out of it. If you're somebody where eco-friendliness is a very important thing to you, Got Bag is a brand that shares that value. But let's not take away from the actual product. This is a roll top backpack that is 24 liters that can fully expand to 31 liters. The recycled materials are extremely weatherproof and water resistant. It's super minimalist with only a couple of pockets, both on the outside and the inside of the pack, which we'll talk about in the next section. You got a cool Velcro removable laptop sleeve and some decent padding and comforts and features going on in the back of the bag as well. This bag comes in an absolutely insane amount of color options, 28 as of recording. It comes in weighing 2.5 pounds. This is the bag when it's empty. It's kind of pancakey, flattened, but this is the bag when it's full. And I'm gonna pack it out through this entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. This is the bag on me. For reference, I'm 5'8". It comes with a 2-year warranty that protects against manufacturing defects. And for all you see before you, the Got Bag Roll Top runs around $160 US. Now, if at any point in this review, you're like, dude, I love the bag, I love the mission, I'm totally buying one, then we do ask that you make your purchase using the first link in the description. Reason being, that link will help make sure you get the best price, and it will also support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which we greatly appreciate. Thank you. All right, let's talk about the front of the Got Bag Roll Top. It's a pretty minimalist bag in the front. There's not much to talk about, but let's start with the actual logo. Pretty minimalist. A little bit louder than some people might want. But yet again, if you're super into the eco-friendly mission of this brand, I think that you'll sort of wear the logo with pride. From there, real fast, let's talk about the materials. Now, this recycled material that Got Bag actually recycles themselves is 59% ocean plastic, 17% other recycled materials, and 24% non-recycled materials, but that takes into account like the foam, the zippers and stuff. You can't get to 100% recycled, at least not at this point in time, and not in a way that ensures ultimate sustainability, right? Because this bag is no good if it breaks on you in a year, right? That's not very sustainable. But this external material is highly water resistant. It's got sort of a shine to it, smooth feel. It's PU coated, which means that water's just gonna roll right off of it. And then aside from that, in the front, we have this little pocket right there, YKK zipper and a PU coated zip here, which means that also water resistant, sort of in line with the whole bag. You can go ahead and pop this guy down, and then in here, there's not a lot going on. Pretty basic pocket. It's about yay big. See this little cutout right there? That's basically the size of the pocket. It uses a waterproof material as well, the TPU sort of coating. It's a little stickier though. It's not my favorite material for an interior of a pocket, but the durability will stand the test of time. And it's sort of a spot where I'd put things that I want quicker access to. I'm gonna throw a protein bar in there, my wallet, and some tissues. You're not gonna be able to fit a bunch of stuff in there, so a few quick access items, and you're good to go. Let's talk about the middle of the Got Bag Roll Top. We'll talk about the sides. On either side, we have compression straps, right? Now, one thing to note is that you would think under an eco-friendly backpack like this, or underneath the compression straps, there might be some sort of water bottle holder. And this bag has none. But you can put it on the inside, but it's not on the outside, something to be aware of. The compression straps are nice though, because in a situation that you're carrying less stuff, and you don't want the bag to be quite as bloated, or if you're trying to catch a flight and they're kind of being bastards on the sides, like, oh, it doesn't fit in the little bin that measures the bag, then you can use these compression straps to tighten it a little bit, and then it can hopefully fit those specifications. It's not something you'll use very often, but when you need it, it's great to have. Now let's talk roll tops. In my opinion, roll tops are the sexiest looking bags. They just look so cool. They just look so mean. The roll is so casual and hip and like, yo, I'm cool. And there's also a durability aspect because there's no zipper into the main compartment with the roll tops. So you don't have to worry about that zipper breaking. That's the good side. The bad side with roll tops is, they're annoying to get into, right? So you have to figure out some way to keep the roll in its place, otherwise it's gonna be just kind of doing one of those, and that's not the look you're going for. So for Got Bag, you got this little clip right here, which does the job. It keeps everything secure, and it keeps the roll nice and rolly. But the clip itself is pretty basic. Who makes you? You are Duraflex, one of the best hardware, if not the best hardware maker in the world. And you know, the look works, right? But the functionality of getting into this bag, which we're gonna do right now, is a bit of a... Did you see that gaping black hole of epic nothingness, you know? One thing which is quite cool, as we mentioned before, is the removable laptop compartment. Pretty basic compartment. It fits any 15-inch laptop. Like I said, Velcro on the back to make sure that it's secured to the main compartment. A smooth material. It's not the same weatherproof material that's used on the external of this bag, but I like how well padded it is. And you got a little extra organization here, a zippered pocket with a few other pockets inside the zippered pocket to help organize your tech gear. And I like that they added a little bit extra color. My 13-inch MacBook Pro will fit in here no problemo. A little bit of a false bottom in here by itself, but then when it's actually Velcroed to the main compartment, it gives you an even falsier bottom, which just means that your laptop is safe if you ever drop your bag, right? Because the laptop is then elevated, which means that if it hits the ground, you have a little bit extra protection. So for this laptop compartment, for this extra pocket, let's go ahead and throw our charger in there, which I'll be honest, I didn't think was gonna fit, but you got a little expansion in this pocket going on. These materials have a ever so slight bit of elasticity and stretchiness to them, which means you can fit surprisingly bulky bits of gear like your charger, or if you want to put thinner gear in there, like a battery and your Magic Mouse via Apple, it all fits. And then, you know, this thing's kind of cool, because now you got a 2-in-1 going on. You didn't just get a backpack, you also got a laptop sleeve. I'm gonna put it back in just a second, but let's just check out the rest of the main compartment, which is really hard to see. Like this thing, I mean, like when you wanna get in, like, all right, I'm 5'8", right? So this is like almost like 40% of me in terms of height. And there's not a lot of organization in here, except for a little hanging pocket that we have right here, which due to its location is a little difficult to access. So I'm gonna put things in there that I want to organize, but I won't need until later. Maybe a Sandy wipe, backup headphones, gum. But that's the furthest thing from a quick access pocket. So that's the stuff that you want to organize, but do not need quick access to. All right, so let's pop the laptop sleeve back in and see what we can fit in there. With the Velcro, it finds its way back into place actually pretty nicely. Yeah, that's nice. That was actually super easy. So a bag with this little organization, it's good to use things like tech pouches, I think. I'm using the Bellroy desk caddy right now to organize my tech stuff because there's nowhere to organize it in here. And it just makes it easier to find. So I know, boom, all my tech stuff is in here. We'll go ahead and load it up with a few more things. So I'll throw my Sony headphones in there, backup jacket, tote, keeping the eco-friendly vibes going, moleskin notebook, umbrella. And then I'll put my keys actually in the front. I think that it'll fit. Yeah, we got a little room to spare there. And now let's roll her closed. And you can see at the 24 liters, we are rocking and rolling. And then in the situation that you do want to take a weekend trip, 31 liters I think is great for that. So you just kind of do one of these, and you get all that extra space, which means you can throw clothes in there, maybe a packing cube, some extra tech gear. It's not gonna all be easy to access. It's gonna be really, 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 really tough to get to. I wanna emphasize that. But if that doesn't mean much to you and you're just super stoked about the whole like eco-friendliness of this, and you just want like an old school, no frills bag, that's what this is bringing to the table. But I'm curious though, for you, like, do you prefer a backpack that's sort of like old school? You just want a backpack, right? You don't need all that crazy features and magnets and stuff. Or do you prefer sort of like the new school style of backpacks? Let me know in the comments below. I wanna hear what you gotta say. And I'm especially interested because I'm not sure if you know, but here on Nomads Nation, we're actually building our own backpack. And not only that, we're doing it with the help of our community. That's you. So when you comment below, it sort of lets me know, like, where should we take this backpack that I'm building? Something more old school, something more new school? And if you want to have an even bigger say in the backpack that we're building, and not only building, but documenting the entire process here on our YouTube channel, then you should definitely join the Nomads Nation email list. Once you do, you'll get access immediately to a survey where you can tell me more about your backpack preferences. And you'll also get a further behind the scenes look at the backpack that we're building on this channel. It's been a super epic experience so far. It's the world's community first backpack built like this, and I hope to see you in your inbox. Back to the review. Okay, let's talk about the back of the Got Bag roll top. On the top, we have a hanging loop. You can also use this to actually carry your bag with, but it's not super well padded, but it does give you a point of leverage to move the bag around. Let's talk comfort, because where I think this bag sort of not skimps, but like, you know, it takes an old school, simple approach to the bag in terms of functionality and organization. I think that it does a lot better in terms of the comfort and ventilation. We've got some nice mesh and well padded shoulder straps here, and that's mimicked on the back panel as well. And the back panel has some cuts in it. Yet again, airflow, ventilation, keeping you nice and cool on those hot days. And the shoulder straps themselves are actually quite wide. Some backpacks these days, what's in is like thin shoulder straps. It looks sexier, right? You see this with like Peak Design backpacks especially. But these things are beefy. Right, we got a lot of width to them, which helps to distribute the weight a little bit more. And they're not super like thick, which is nice too. So I actually think they did a pretty good job with the comfort of these. The thickness, you know, ain't gonna be for everyone. But to take the comfort to the next level, they also included a sternum strap. Sternum straps are great for redistributing the weight, making sure less on your back, more on your torso. The sternum strap can be adjusted so you can put it a little bit lower if you need. You can tighten it. There is no web holder, AKA what we call in Nomads Nation, a dangle stopper, which AKA pisses me off. Because it's just like a little piece of webbing that keeps that there. Unfortunately, they don't have that, so this is just gonna be flapping all over the place, and Aaron does not like that. Sternum strap, it is non-removable. I mean, it is removable. You can take a pair of pliers and just rip them off, right? But you're never gonna get them back on, so keep that in mind. Also too, with the dangle, we got a little extra dangle on the bottom, right? So you can see right here, there's no web holder. So if you're like me, I like to wear a backpack nice and tight. Like I said, I'm 5'8", so I'm not the biggest dude out there. So I'll have a little bit extra dangle going on. But I will admit, it seems like GotBag put some TLC into their comfort of this bag, where they took an older school approach with the actual main compartment and the functionality and the access. They decked out the back a little bit. Because you gotta understand, what you're paying for with this bag is their eco-friendly business model, their supply chain, the boats in Indonesia, all that stuff's expensive. And that's why, to be honest, I don't know if this bag is 100% worth 160 USD. But if it's important to you and it says something to you, then I think that the value is certainly there, because an operation of that size where they do all this eco-friendliness with that supply chain, it's not cheap. And last point, we have a luggage pass-through holder right here, which means if you are traveling, that you can just go ahead and pop it on the handle of your luggage. And I like this because it allows your bag to stay vertical. You slide it on like this, which is great. A lot of these bags, they do like the horizontal one. You gotta do this, which is really dumb to me. Let's chat pros and cons of the GotBag roll top. Pro number one, the biggest selling point of this bag is the absolute next level eco-friendliness of it. Pro number two, the ability to expand from 24 to 31 liters. Pretty impressive. And pro number three, I gotta admit, I think when it comes to the back panel and the shoulder straps, GotBag really decked out the overall comfort of this backpack. But I certainly have some cons, and here they are. I think that for $160, just looking at it as a backpack, it is a little on the pricey side. Con number two is just the black holiness of a roll top of this size. And con number three is the lack of a designated water bottle holder. So if you've taken all the pros and all the cons into consideration, you're thinking to yourself, hells to the frickin' yes, I am buying that roll top backpack. Or if you just want to find more information about it on the actual website, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and it also helps to support our YouTube channel. Thank you very much. But let's say you're not quite sold. You're thinking to yourself, Aaron, you promised some alternative recommendations at the end of the video. I stuck around for it. Where are they? Here they are. Alternative recommendation number one is going to be the GotBag Day Pack. This is for you if you're totally feeling the GotBag mission, but you want to spend a bit less than $160. You don't need the roll top. The Day Pack is around 100 USD. It's got a similar build and simplicity to it, but sort of a different design. And you can learn more about that backpack and watch our full review via the links in the description below. Alternative recommendation number two is going to be the Wandered Provoke. This is for you if you're like, you know what, I don't even know GotBag was an eco-friendly company. That's not really important to me. I just want a sick-ass roll top. That's what the Provoke is. 21 liters, one of the sexiest bags on the market, and a significant amount more functionality. To see what I'm talking about, navigate on yonder down to the links, and you'll find a link to our full Wandered Provoke review. And alternative recommendation number three is going to be the Bellroy Melbourne. This is for you if you dig eco-friendliness and you want kind of like a top-loading roll-toppy modern thing, but these aren't kind of doing it for you. Bellroy is a pretty eco-friendly company, not quite the level that GotBag is, but a lot of sustainability in their business model. The Melbourne is a amazing, cool, minimalist, modern, trendy bag. And we did a full review on it, which you can find in the description below. And if you're still watching this and you want some more roll top recommendations, be sure to check out this video where we break down some of our favorite roll tops that we've ever reviewed from the past few years. My name's Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.